Hi everyone. Welcome to tonight's stream of me animating, and this is day 2 of this. This is a very much a new sort of experiment or test for me. I haven't really done this live streaming thing before, but what I wanted to do is I want to be working on doing some animation. And I thought that while I did this process, instead of just sitting here, I could also talk about what I'm doing. And so if you are interested in learning about animation, or you're an animation student, maybe there's some things about what I'm doing that you'll find helpful, and so forth. Just a little bit about me. I have I went to college for animation, so I have a degree in that. And then I also took the character and creature programs at Animation Mentor, and did well there. And then I ended up getting a job, not in animation, actually in marketing, and I've been doing that for a while, and that's paying the bills, and it's paying the bills well enough that I have not gone looking for an animation job, but I still do a lot of animation in my spare time. And the last big project I did was I made a short film that's about 3 minutes long. You can find that on my channel if you want to go looking for it. And that film, which is called This Is a Ball, I made that and I released that last year, and it's been in 3 film festivals in 2016. I have a couple for 2017 I'm still waiting to hear back from. So I'm not going to try to tell you that I'm like, the world's most important animator in the history of the animation genre, but I have studied it, and I have hopefully some sort of skills that you might want to pay attention to or listen to or whatever. And I'm sure that the main thing I'm doing is I'm saying things that sound stupid, so apologies. It's live, and you get sort of like, what do I say? Okay, so if you watched yesterday, or if you're just jumping in for the first time, what I'm working on here in this bigger window is the shot for the 11 Second Club February contest. I figured what I would do I would participate, or at least use the audio that they're supplying this month to animate a shot. I'm in my blocking phase, and I've been working on sort of the first section of that. What I'm going to do here is we're looking at my render view. Excuse me. We're looking at what would be my render camera. Last night I worked on this guy, Jules, whose controls I'm toggling. Just getting his main poses in, which is I'm really trying to avoid over animating. I'm trying to sort of like hit that, what's that pose, and sort of have him like work within that. And then our other character, Aya, the girl in the scene, which you will see here. I have not worked on her yet, and I will probably be doing so tonight. In last night's stream, I sort of talked about camera angles and why I chose what I did. The idea being to sort of, well, you can go back to yesterday's stream if you want to see that. I want to sort of focus on tonight. It is 11:56 right now, and so I don't want to spend a lot of time talking. I'd like to spend a lot of time animating. So one of the things that I use, and this is something that if you are interested in Animation Mentor, is a really great thing. That's where I got these rigs. As an alumni there, I still get access to them, and they have a lot of really cool tools that you can use. And what I'm doing now is I'm loading up something called their GUI picker, and I'm going to pull this up now so you can see what that looks like. So just give me 1 second here. I have to add it to my to the stream here. All right, let's see if I can hopefully won't crash the system. Boom, GUI picker, and okay. So this here is the GUI picker, and this is a graphical user interface. That's what the GUI is, and picker allows you to pick the different joints, or controls of the character. So if I look at Aya here, my female character, I have her set as my primary character, and in the GUI picker here, I think you can see these areas highlighting. If I roll over, let's say body, or the different spine nodes, you see they highlight. That's where my mouse is right now. What I can easily do is, if I want to, let me turn on her controls so they're visible. If I want to select her head, I can really quickly select it, and I can move her around, and then I could select her spine and do whatever. I'm going to do that real quick. So I'll be using this. I will minimize this down for now. I don't know how much of use it is to sort of watch that, as I play along here, but hopefully it is, if you're, I don't know, something. So what my goal is tonight is, well, really to try to get her poses locked in. So I'm going to go to my render camera here, just to jump to the beginning of this shot. So I'm just going to play the whole scene just really quickly, just so I can refresh my memory on this. And let's make sure that you can see what I'm seeing. Yes. Okay. The audio for this is just being picked up on this camera here, so apologies for probably not the greatest audio fidelity. And right now, obviously, there's no lip sync. These are just starting this process of hitting some of the poses. This would be what we call a blocking pass.
Do the actor thing. Worked for.
Just real quick, can I ask why no glass?
Oh, yeah, they just kept getting dirty, so I took them out. So I don't have to clean them anymore. Do the actor thing. Worked for.
Just real quick, can I ask why no glass?
Oh, yeah, they just kept getting dirty, so I took them out. So I don't have to clean them anymore.
Okay, and if you saw yesterday's video, you are aware that, oh, my panels didn't save. That's my own fault here. You're aware that I have a camera here for my reference, and I have a camera on this bottom left, which is my graph editor, and my panel for the top is just my regular perspective. So I'm just going to jump to the second shot. So I'm going to focus tonight, just to sort of get her, what's the main sort of essence of what her shot is. So frame 56. This goes to 154. Okay. So if we just look at the reference really quick, my wonderful acting performance.
Just real quick, can I ask why no glass? Just real quick, can I ask why no glass? Just real quick, can I ask why no glass?
Okay, so I felt like when I was editing this reference together that I was definitely sort of overacting. So one of the things that I will be trying to do is trying to reduce that and just sort of hit like what is the main essence of what is happening. I'm also going to, before I get too involved, I want to check something. I hate to sort of do this while you're all here, but I want to make sure that this stream is actually working. One of the oh, it says I'm live. Great. Let's see. Reduce that and just hit like what is the main essence of what is happening. That's me. Okay. I'm also great. Going to, before I get too great. It wasn't showing up in my preview window on YouTube, and I thought, well, that would be a waste of all the fun of streaming if it's not actually going through. Okay. I'll start doing the pose of the character. So I really wanted to reduce the like what's sort of happening here, so that I can just get sort of like what is the main thing. I loved this idea that like they're sort of on this blind date, and so she's sort of like she like when you have something bad to say and you don't want to say it, so you sort of like touch your face, or you like sort of pull in, um, so that she's sort of doing this type of thing, like almost like, oh, I really don't want to deal with this right now. Um, I'm sort of in the video reference, I'm really overdoing it, but I think that sort of this, oh, just real quick. I don't, the squinch in the face, like, oh, I really don't want to have to go here, but I'm going to have to because it's driving me nuts. So I think this sort of, um, excuse me, that sort of pose is where I'm going. I'm a little concerned about it being sort of symmetrical, but, and some of this finger interaction, if I don't think I'm going to do this stuff so much. These types of things, it's a little too like, oh, it would look like I was just moving fingers to move fingers. So hopefully I can break this up so it doesn't feel too symmetrical. Sort of like this, maybe a little bit more, but okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my character set over to Aya. I have no controls on her yet. Turn on these controls just very briefly. And what I'm going to do now is just sort of work on getting sort of this this pose to be happening. All right. Great. So I want to, first thing I try to do is look at the body, look at sort of like, start from the root of the hips. Now I don't have them sitting in chairs because they're sort of out of shot, and I'm trying to save time, just focus on animating and less time on, you know, making a chair. I'm going to bring her up just a little bit. And then, yeah, so if she's like leaning forward, I want that lean to be coming from her hips. I don't want to just start bending the spine first. Then I'll select the spine nose. There's a, excuse me, sort of funny thing about these is I'm really used to animating with like music on, or I used to have like the news playing on my second monitor or something, and doing these silently like this is both good and bad. I've always Richard Williams in his animation book, The Illusion of, no, not Illusion of Life, what is this book called? The Animator's Survival Guide. He talks about how like you shouldn't have any music or distractions or anything on when you're animating, and a lot of people hate that. They think that's like, oh, that's not true, that's stupid. But I don't know, I would say in my experience it definitely does seem to hold some truth. Ugh, God, what's going on there? I'm going to do these one at a time. So if I seem like I am, these arms set up, are these on IK or FK? Okay, no, they're on FK. Looks like she's just got sort of a blended spine here. Yeah, so I apologize if the entertainment factor of what I'm doing seems like I'm rambling at times, because I am trying to think. Let's get these arms around. It's the first time I've worked with this Aya rig, which I think you can get from animationrigs.com. I know you can definitely get it through Animation Mentor. I don't know if it is exclusive to them anymore or not. I'm sure someone out there in the internet knows. All right. So you can see, like, my hope was to drive the pose with her everything's sort of starting from like this root. I'm starting from the starting from sort of like the hips and then moving up the spine to the shoulders and then the arms and hands. I think a lot of people, and I suffer from this too. I'll probably do it somewhere along here where you just like move the arm and you don't move the shoulder. I find that I have a tendency to do this with the neck and head. I move the head, but I don't move the neck. There's a lot of controls, going on. If we just look again at this like GUI picker, you can see like, hey, let's put my head here. Oh, that's fun, right? If we if we look at the GUI picker, la ha ha. If we look here, there's so many like buttons to press, right? And so many little joints and things, and it's really easy to get overwhelmed. And so I know that some people like to limit the amount of controls that they use and try to say, okay, I'm only going to use, these 6 instead of using everything or something. And that's probably works great for some people. And I think maybe I should do more of that or not. I don't know. I am really trying to focus this round on just doing really awesome poses. Get all of my poses really strong. And take advantage of all of the controls. And, sort of make sure that I'm not cutting corners. And the best way for me to do that, of course, is to make sure that I am not overdoing my poses. That I'm not trying to have her do a million things when she just needs to just do this. Maybe just even need to do this. Maybe that's just the one little highlight that happens, as opposed to all this stuff that I do in my reference video. And that will then allow me the time and flexibility to make sure that, because I'm not cramming a bunch of stuff in, it allows me this ability to focus on getting all of those things right. At least one hopes that's the case. So we'll see how that goes. What I should do here is I'm going to open up my outliner, which I don't think you'll be able to see this up on screen, but I'm going to select Jules here. So let me just, where is he? Jules. So I'm going to take this character. I'm going to make now in my layers palette, which is down below me. It's on screen there. I'm going to make a new layer here. Say create layer from selected. Call this Jules. Oh, hello. Jules Geo for his geometry. And I can turn him off. Oh, I gotta put his glasses in there too. Do his glasses. Let's add selected objects. Oh, look at that. I gotta do all his glasses. I'm not on group selections. There we go. Cool. So I can hide him, which is great. Alright, so I can now see what I'm doing a little bit better here. Alright. Cool. Now, if anyone is watching and has a question, obviously please just ask it. And if you are watching this on the replay, please feel free to leave a comment, and I will try to do my best to explain or answer or provide some sort of, let me get this off this mode, some sort of help, feedback. And if you're an animator or you're a student, or I don't know, maybe you're even like a pro and you're working on a reel, I got time. Well, I don't have tons of time, but I got time to give feedback and stuff too. If you're just looking for somebody to get feedback from, I love to do that. Um, Sometimes I think that I worked for years in television as a producer, and one of the really interesting traits about being in television like that is that your job is ultimately to give feedback and tell people like this is working, this is not working, whatever. And I sort of felt like that became one of my stronger skill sets. One of the very first jobs I had was writing something called script coverage, which is where you write like a critique of the screenplays that people want to produce. Ooh, that's really ugly on that wrist. And so I had to write a lot of like analysis of stories. And sort of this reason I'm doing these animated shots came out of the fact that I wanted to start working on a new short film, and I was working on a new script, new story, and I was like, this is gonna, I've been there and written scripts before, and they take a long time, and I sort of thought, like, what I miss right now is doing animation, so I would, do a couple shots here and make sure my animation is in a spot that I'm happy with. So just general technical skills, again, sort of get back in the swing of things, doing characters and whatnot, and then I could start to, from there, be working on the script in the background, because I don't know if you ever try to write a story, but you can easily spend, a couple years on a story, and you want to you want to make something that's as best as you can. So I really wanted to just do some animation. I really missed it. So bring these shoulders down. I'll rotate her a little bit, just get some of that weight. Let's see, what am I doing? Am I sort of to the side? I want to have her lean on. I'm leaning on my desk right now. Okay. Exaggerate this neck a bit. Not that much. Okay, this is interesting. It's like some of these controls I'm still trying to figure out, like, I haven't used this rig before, just see sort of like what some of these controls do. She's similar to the Jules rig, which is this dude. I've used him before. All right, now I'm going to select all of her controls. I'm going to key them. And I'm now going to go to her face. There's a ton of controls here, and I'm going to sort of try to work on just this general sort of face pose, and get something that sort of reads to what this is. Okay. Cool. I'm going to select all of these first and just key them for the sake of it. Okay, so just pulling this upper lip up along with these sides. Great. These animation mentor rigs, I don't know if you're a student there or something, they're really amazing, like the stuff you get access to play with. It's one of the best things. It's because as a student you can just sort of focus on like animating and not on like making a bunch of props and stuff. So I'm looking to see what other controls are here. I can pump. Nope. I can roll. I'm gonna roll that in actually. All right. Pull these cheeks up. It's one at a time. All right, and when I don't know if you ever think about like smiling, but like if you smile for real, your cheeks come up. If you make fake smile, these tend to not. So I want to bring these up because in my, I want to get these, be able to have the flesh for the eyes, but I don't want them to be up so high that it starts to read false. She's got some pretty expressive eyebrows here. They're almost as heavy as mine. Did a video a while ago, and someone said that I needed to tweeze my eyebrows. I thought, well, thanks for watching. I wouldn't debate that. I should have a little furrier eyebrow, but come on, people, right? So I want to get these lids up. Oh, these are going to be a lot of I'm going to do a lot of sort of sculpting on these, which is going to be a lot of fun. Because I do not really a fan of sort of all these. So let me go to her. I think she has some additional face controls. Let's see. Yes, she does. I definitely need those right now, so these are not on the GUI picker, which is not great. I wonder if I can face. Toggle. That I could see some additional controls here, but I don't. Like on the GUI picker, it'd be really helpful to see all of these controls here. This is sort of the fun of what tonight's or all these videos are, is that, you know, they are definitely real. I'm not trying to fake anything. Oh, face full, duh. Okay, here we go. That's what I want. Great. Success. Okay. All right. Cool. So I got these. I'm going to select all here as well. I'm going to key all of these. Make sure that all of these are now part of my character select. Oh, they're not. Come on. Alright, cool. I think I got all those. I'm not going to do all these teeth and mouth yet. I'm going to try to avoid those. The eyes are this bigger problem right now. There we go. Awesome. Select all here. I'm going to add these to the controls for this here because they were not included before. And I'm going to turn off the manipulator in this view so I can really see what's happening. This pose. Alright, so in this window here, I've turned off NURBS curves, which are all of these little controls here. So I can have this in this close-up view, and they're turned off here so I can not be distracted. And now I can move this whole piece down and give us a little less rotation. Careful not to break the geometry too much here. Trying to get sort of a pleasing curve of this where I can. Eyelash curl. Oh boy. There's a lot of options here. Eyelash length. Well, there we go. That's what we want. I'm going to leave those. Oh, look at this. You can even get the eye a little bulge here. That's really nice. So besides a little bit of a black eye going on right now, it's getting a little bit closer. I'm gonna reset this cheek. Let's pull it up a little. And I'm going to do this other eye. And really, this is really closed up. La la la. It's amazing how these initial controls are great, but you can see like that eye pose would never communicate the right way. Okay. One of the things I'm going to do now, you won't be able to probably see, you won't see this necessarily, but I am on my second monitor. I've set up. I took a copy of this window, and I duplicated it and put it on my second monitor, so I can now focus on just this and be looking at the second view in a smaller window. Okay. So, and in fact, I can do that with my reference as well. So you won't, I guess, see all of these, but I think that's okay. I'm just going to sort of focus on getting the shapes of this right. Alright, so let's see here. What's interesting is this eye has really got to come up to make a nice, tiny, thin little sliver here. And what I'll do later on is, as I do other poses, some of these markers I'll have to just sort of reset, and I'll just re-sculpt that pose. Alright, I really want this eye to be like rotated more, yeah. That's what's hurting me. Okay. Cool. I need to get that pained look a little bit. Okay, I wish I could get some of this brow more furrowed too. Oh, that's really great. Okay. See how that's really exaggerating this forehead in here. Alright. Now I need to get some of this mouth right. Alright. Oh, and a really amazing thing that just occurred to me now is that I don't have these added to my character set, so I need to go to have this character set down in the bottom here, which you can't see, but it's below. Let's see, right below over here. It says Aya, and these are the different character sets that I can choose for different elements. So these controls, although I've been working with them, I don't have them added to the character set. I need to do that before I forget. And I got an error. That's great. I love that. Alright, let's do this in smaller chunks maybe. There we go. Alright. Thing is that some of these have more controls that are not going to add, and that's going to be... I'm just going to have to keep an eye out for this. You can see when they're red, those controls, aren't included. And I want to get as many of those included in the character set as possible, because that way I can have them set to auto key, and I can just make sure that I'm set to Aya in my character set. And as I'm moving all these points, all these things around the face and everything, and then later her mouth, that's all automatically keying in. Like this point I set for her forehead, like that wasn't included, which means that later I'll be working on another element, and what will happen is I'll do the next pose and I won't know that it wasn't recording that, and that would be really bad. So I'm just quick checking some of these, and there's going to be a ton more for sure, like all of them, none of them. And unfortunately, select all is not grabbing them, because if there's like controls that are unique to that element, it doesn't include it. So like I puffed out the cheek a little bit, but if I don't have that in the character set, I'll miss that later. If I change it again, it won't animate that element. It'll just sit outside. And right now, because I'm doing this blocking pass, I want to be able to like set the eyebrow, but it will make sure that everything's locked together, and then eventually I'll start breaking that all up. Alright, so I'll just have to keep an eye out for that as I click around. I think I got the main things for now. Alright. I want to get this face pose. This might almost be like tonight's video. It's just doing this one pose. Alright. So... trying to think, where does my face feel tight? This is fold really flat. I'm folding my lips really thin. I'm folding my face back as opposed to up. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to reduce some of the puffiness on this lip if I can. I can pull it in tighter. And that's what your nightmares will be. Alright, so fun stuff, fun stuff. One thing too is that, and I just want to be, straightforward, like, I will definitely be making mistakes through this process. That's just like, that's sort of a lot of what animation ends up being, is like, you do something and then you refine it and you refine it and you refine it and you refine it. This sort of came out, the whole idea for doing this is because I had been posting videos of myself playing an instrument called the sitar. And I was like, oh, who wants to watch that? Who wants to watch me practice? But people did, and that was really awesome. And I was really amazed by sort of the positive responses there. So I thought what I would do is, I want to sit and animate these shots like, maybe someone wants to see that. Maybe that's helpful for someone who is just looking to learn or see the process. I was on Reddit and I see all the time people are saying like, oh, I want to do animation. Like, is that hard? Does that take a lot of time? Or why does it take so much time? And I think like, oh boy, that's like, it's a lot to sort of explain. And I should be, doing my job or something. And that's also what your nightmares are made out of. Okay, I love this control, the seal corner one. Tightens it up just a little bit more. La 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 la. So we're going to reduce the roll on this now. Pull this in. Hopefully that's going to make it feel a little bit tighter to the face. What I'm thinking about, I'm just not thrilled with this one eye. I think it needs more rotation like this. trying to be really careful not to make her look angry. I want her to sort of look stressed. And it's funny, like, you gotta sort of work with what the model gives you. Like if I look at my reference image here, it's like I got such heavy eyebrows. They're really down low. And like they scrunch up my nose in this way, and it'd be very easy for me to like pull her eyebrows in like this, and she'd start looking like angry. I feel like this top lip needs to be higher. You ever get a song stuck in your head? I have, for whatever reason, Frosty the Snowman stuck in my head. It's just a bit terrifying. So what is this control? Is this her overall mouth curve? And then this one, even more so. I love this little nose controls. Like you can make her nose jiggle. I wonder if I can get these nostrils to pull out. Nasofold. Oh, look at that. Yes. That looks more pained. Just that alone. I wish I could get a bit more, like, I want this bagginess under the eyes more, but I don't really see a control for that. See on the top. There it is. And to the character set. And then this bottom lip sort of pulls down a bit. Okay. So this is what we got here now. I haven't done her hands. Maybe that's something I'll work on tomorrow. It's 12. Yeah, I've been on doing this about an hour now, so I'm pretty happy with that pose, I have to say. I would like to get more of a, let's get her head tilt it a little bit. Turn off the geometry of jewels here. Yeah. She does not look happy in this situation. Let's give her a little more open eye so I can see what's going on. Not into that so much. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Let's get a little more curve here. Yeah. It's just enough that she can sort of see through her pained tears. Okay. I have to be really careful with this arm and hand pose because it's in front of her body. And that might be a huge problem. Because I need to make sure that's going to read. So that's actually maybe a good stopping point. I got a general body. I got a face that I'm sort of happy with. I'm going to have to work on this because she's going to be, these hands are in front of her. And in one of the principles of animation is something called, like, you know, pantomime, or your staging. And it's like, it's why, you know, Mickey Mouse wears white gloves, because he's got black hands and black arms and a black face. And so when you take it and you put it in front of your body, you can't see it. But if he's wearing a, you know, this is a black glove, so it's in reverse. But so you need contrast, you can see what's going on. This is sort of a bit of a problem here because right now this thing that's going on is really in front of her, and I don't want that to get lost. So I either need to use the contrast of her shirt, or maybe actually move her arms out in front of her a bit so that there's something of a background to work against. I could also do that through camera angles a bit, but I don't want to get too down that rabbit hole either. So, all right, that will be something to explore for tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was interesting and entertaining to some degree. And you can see the process of how this shot comes together. Please like, comment if you have a question. Please subscribe. And I am also on Patreon. So if you want to support me there and support these videos and all the other stuff I do, please feel free to go over to Patreon and do that thing too. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.